So it seems as though Governor of California, Gavin Newsom, has decided to tap an emergency fund, a disaster fund, and distribute that money to immigrants. And when I mean immigrants, I actually mean illegal immigrants, people that have come to the state illegally in order to give them coronavirus disaster relief fund for people that shouldn't even be there. And you want to talk about another possibly intended consequence? All you're doing is incentivizing people to stream forth over the border for the free money. Sanctuary has declared itself a sanctuary state, sanctuary cities, where they will not enforce U.S. Border Patrol law, U.S. immigration law. And you are giving away taxpayer money to people that aren't legally even supposed to be there. You're further incentivizing migration, illegal migration to the state. Now, why this hits home especially hard is aside of the fact that until 2018, I was a resident of California. Also, my wife and I are overseas. We've been overseas for the last year because we cannot return to the United States because of our immigration status as she is a Canadian. We are overseas, unable to return. Meanwhile, people that, why? Because she answered a question wrong to a Customs Border Patrol officer. That's life. This is what's happened. Very strict immigration policies, except when perhaps they might vote for you. This is a plan by the leftists, by the progressives, in order to maintain and generate power. It's not about what's right. It's what's going to work for them to further their positions of power. This is about power. It's not really about doing the right thing or doing good, because you've got homeless people who are just out on the streets. Many people that are down on their luck, dealing with an opioid crisis. And this is how you want to spend the emergency disaster money, is to give it and incentivize more illegal immigrants to stream across the border for free health care, for free money. What is going on with this country? How can people willingly, who live in California, abide by their tax dollars to go into such places? There are other priorities. The homeless veterans on the street, potholes, state parks, whatever needs maintenance. But instead, you're giving it away to people that shouldn't even be there. Meanwhile, me and my wife, we are forced to live overseas, forced to stay out of the United States until her immigration process is completed. And that, I don't even know. It's been over a year. It might be another 6 months before we can come back with a green card. And yet you give away this money. Gavin Newsom, you're a douche. You're just cementing your power. You're projecting yourself as the savior to the progressives, to all the people. Oh, you're such a good guy, Gavin Newsom, giving away money that's not yours. Would somebody spend this money in such a way if it wasn't theirs? This is why I'm so against taxes, because it goes towards things that you wouldn't pay for if it was you individually. This is not a person who is in charge of their finances who is deciding, hey, we can spend it on this, we can spend it on this. There are no priorities. You are just furthering your ideology. And it is just sad to me that our nation has come to this. And this is why I'm so turned off of leftist politics. This is why I left the Democratic Party. Because the priorities are completely out of whack, completely out of sync. Let's get back onto some sanity. Let's come back and deal with the priorities in front of us, like our veterans, like the homeless people that could use some psychological counseling. Whatever that might be, whether that be school children who are now having to telecommute and don't have internet access. Instead, you're spending the emergency fund on people that shouldn't be here, and further incentivizing them to stream across the border for this free money. Gavin Newsom, you have my utter disrespect. That doesn't dehumanize the people that this money is going to. They are human after all. However, they are breaking the law. And as I say this from overseas, I'm glad that I'm no longer in California. Peace out. Share this video. Get the word out. That's all I can say.